The ongoing feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has taken the entertainment world by storm, with legal battles, public shade, and a slew of celebrity entanglements making headlines. At the center of this drama is a surprising name, Serena Williams, whose history with Drake and her recent actions have sparked speculation about her role in this escalating conflict. Rumors are swirling that Drake is considering adding Serena to his growing list of lawsuit defendants alongside Universal Music Group, UMG, and others involved in Kendrick Lamar's high-profile performances. The question on everyone's mind is, why is Drake targeting Serena, and does she hold Kendrick responsible for dragging her into this mess? This spicy saga is packed with petty jabs, legal threats, and a complicated history that's got fans buzzing. Let's dive into the details. Drake and Serena Williams have a long and storied history that dates back to their rumored romantic relationship. In the early 2010s, while the pair never officially confirmed their status, their public interactions, Drake cheering courtside at Serena's tennis matches, and the two being spotted together at events, fueled speculation that they were an item. Fans and media alike were captivated by the idea of the tennis superstar and the hip-hop heavyweight as a power couple. However, things reportedly soured, and their breakup left a trail of bad blood that Drake has struggled to move past. Observers have noted a pattern in Drake's behavior. When romantic pursuits don't go his way, he tends to hold grudges, often taking subtle, and not so subtle, digs at his exes in his music and public statements. From Rihanna to Halle Berry, Drake's history of pettiness is well documented, but his fixation on Serena seems particularly intense. Back in the day, Drake's admiration for Serena was undeniable. He was a regular at her matches, cheering her on with an enthusiasm that bordered on obsessive. In 2015, GQ famously dubbed him Serena's most embarrassing groupie, a label that captured his over-the-top devotion. At the time, it seemed harmless, Drake was smitten, and Serena appeared to appreciate the support. But when Serena began dating Alexis Ohanian, her now husband, Drake's demeanor shifted dramatically. Instead of gracefully stepping back, he leaned into petty territory, throwing shade at Ohanian in his music and interviews. In his 2022 song Middle of the Ocean, from the collaborative album Her Loss with 21 Savage, Drake rapped, "Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it is like you coming for sushi." The lyrics were a clear jab at Ohanian, flipping the groupie label back onto him in a way that reeked of jealousy. Ohanian, ever the class act, didn't let the diss slide. He responded with a poised clapback, sharing a photo of himself and his daughter, Olympia, at one of Serena's matches. Alongside the image, he wrote, "The reason I stay winning is because I'm relentless about being the absolute best at whatever I do, including being the best groupie for my wife and daughter." The response was a masterclass in shutting down drama with dignity, and it only highlighted Drake's pettiness in comparison. For a while, it seemed like the beef between Drake and the Ohanian-Williams family had cooled off. That is, until Kendrick Lamar entered the picture and turned the heat back up. The drama reached new heights during the Super Bowl in February 2025, when Serena made a surprise appearance during Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. She didn't just show up, she hit the stage and performed the Crip Walk to Kendrick's diss track Not Like Us, a song that famously targets Drake with scathing accusations. For those unfamiliar, Not Like Us is a cornerstone of Kendrick's ongoing feud with Drake, packed with lyrics that call out Drake's character and reputation. One of the most controversial lines insinuates serious allegations against Drake, though Kendrick notably omitted the word pedophile during the Super Bowl performance, likely to avoid legal backlash. Still, the implication was clear, and Serena's decision to dance to the track was a bold move that didn't go unnoticed. This wasn't the first time Serena had aligned herself with Kendrick's music. At the 2024 ESP Awards, she performed the Crip Walk to Not Like Us as well, a moment that raised eyebrows among fans. The Crip Walk, a dance with deep cultural roots in Los Angeles, holds personal significance for Serena, who was criticized for performing it at Wimbledon in 2012 after winning her 5th singles title. At the time, some deemed the dance inappropriate for the prestigious tennis stage, and Serena faced backlash. Her husband later referenced this history when defending her Super Bowl performance, noting on social media, "Some of y'all have no idea how criticized Serena was for this same dance at Wimbledon 13 years ago, and it shows. This is bigger than the music." His statement suggested that Serena's Crip Walk was a reclaiming of her narrative, not a direct jab at Drake. However, fans and critics weren't convinced. Many saw Serena's choice to perform to Not Like Us as a deliberate slight against Drake, especially given their fraught history. Social media erupted with speculation, with some accusing Serena of fueling the beef and others praising her for standing her ground. The timing couldn't have been worse for Drake, who was already embroiled in a legal battle with UMG over Kendrick's promotion of Not Like Us. According to reports, Drake is now looking to amend his lawsuit against UMG to include the Super Bowl performance, arguing that it further defamed him by exposing millions of new listeners to Kendrick's accusations. In a statement cited by Reuters, Drake claimed that the performance introduced millions of new listeners to Lamar's smash hit and have led to more threats against him and his family. He went as far as to call the Super Bowl show an attempt to assassinate the character of another artist. Drake's legal moves are unprecedented in the world of hip-hop. Historically, rap beefs have been settled through diss tracks, freestyles, or, in rare cases, physical altercations. Suing over a rap feud, as Drake has done, is a new frontier that's drawn mixed reactions. Some argue he's justified in protecting his reputation, especially given the serious nature of Kendrick's allegations and the ongoing scrutiny surrounding figures like Diddy in the industry. Others, however, see it as a weak move, a far cry from the days when rappers like Tupac, 50 Cent, or Nas traded bars without running to the courts. This man would have hated to beef with the OGs, one fan commented online. He'd have gotten clowned so hard if he tried this back in the day. UMG, for its part, is standing firm. In a statement, the label called Drake's accusations baseless and his lawsuit an affront to creative expression. They emphasized their 16-year relationship with Drake, describing him as unquestionably one of the world's most accomplished artists who is being misled by his legal representatives into taking one absurd legal step after another. UMG is pushing to have the case dismissed, but Drake's team is undeterred, accusing the label of prioritizing profits over ethics by promoting Kendrick's diss track. The lawsuit also takes aim at the NFL and the Super Bowl organizers, with Drake's lawyers arguing that they should have foreseen the reputational damage caused by allowing Kendrick to perform Not Like Us. So where does Serena fit into all this? Rumors suggest that Drake is considering naming her as a defendant in his amended lawsuit, citing her participation in the Super Bowl performance as an act of defamation. The idea of Drake suing Serena has sent shockwaves through the internet, with fans divided on whether he's taking things too far or simply protecting his name. For her part, Serena seems determined to steer clear of the legal crossfire. A recent interview, she addressed the controversy surrounding her Crip walk, denying that it was a diss aimed at Drake. "I would never do that," she said. "It's sad that anyone would ever think that. I respect how they could, obviously. I can see how someone would think that, but absolutely not. I have never had negative feelings towards him. We've known him for so many years." Serena's comments echo statements she made after the Super Bowl, when she explained that her performance was a bucket list moment, not a personal attack. In a social media post, she wrote, "When Kendrick Lamar and team called and was like, 'We've been trying to do something forever. What about this? We loved your Crip walk at the Olympics after you won the gold medal.' I'm like, Super Bowl? Are you serious? When in the world would I ever be able to dance at a Super Bowl? Never. Let's do it. I knew my winning dance after the Olympics would pay off one day." End of story. Her explanation frames the performance as a celebration of her cultural roots and a nod to Kendrick's artistry, not a jab at Drake. Not everyone is buying it, though. Skeptics point to the timing and context of her performance, arguing that dancing to a song that explicitly targets Drake, especially given their history, couldn't have been coincidental. You walk into a song that your well-known ex is being called out in the mix of a rap beef, and you want us to believe that's not shade? One commenter wrote. Others accuse Serena of sneak dissing and hiding her hands, suggesting she's trying to avoid accountability now that Drake's legal threats are looming. "Serena doesn't want to get sued by the Canadian," another fan quipped, referencing Drake's Toronto roots.